Welcome to Landria Anca on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. I just shot a 20-minute video and realized I did not have my my microphone on, and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, it was about manifesting. Of course it was. All right, so I'm going to have to redo that. All right. Wow, that's a bummer. Okay. Lesson learned, right? Be prepared, like a Girl Scout. It's a little bit cloudy out there. It was supposed to be sunny today, so I'm going to take advantage of this cozy morning and talk to you, even though it's 80 degrees out. All right. So I want to talk today about life. When you know life is difficult and you accept life is difficult, life stops being difficult. Why is that from a book called The Road Less Traveled? I have a question for you. When you know life is difficult and you accept this, life is difficult. It just is. When you know this, my question to you is, why aren't you going down the road less traveled when you want to and you don't? Life is going to be difficult no matter what. You're going to have challenges. When you work on it, it stops being painful. You stop suffering. You experience those challenges because you'll never get away from them. We're just on a dense planet. This is what we came down to experience all of this and to elevate this frequency and to get this planet out of the density it's in. And you're part of that mission. How do I know? Because you're on this channel. That's not a coincidence. Did you send your light and love to the universe today? Then do it. As many times, every time you think about it. I send light and love, abundance and prosperity, peace into this coffee before I drink it. Every day. And I changed it because we're all connected. Okay, so I know there's a road less traveled that you've always wanted to go down. And my question is, what's stopping you? Because you think somewhere, possibly, that if you don't go down that road, life will be easier. But that's just not true. It actually becomes more difficult in many ways because you'll be unfulfilled by not going after those things, those dreams that you desire, that life you desire to live. And what's so amazing is that people still believe that there's an easy road and that there's some quick fix to what they are experiencing that they don't want to experience. And this is why there's so many get-rich-quick schemes out there. Because the human mentality still is gullible and wants to believe that, because it doesn't want to believe that it has to be on the road of challenges and suffering for the rest of its life. No matter no matter what road you pick, you're going to have the challenges. So if you think there's some easy answer out there, oh, I'll win the lottery. Oh, here's the thing, the internet marketing thing. Here's the internet marketing package that'll make me millions, in a couple months. You get these people claiming this stuff instead of saying, yeah, we can do that. But guess what we had to do to get it? We had to study. We had to learn some stuff that's very unfamiliar to us. We had to put in the work. What were the results? Pretty outstanding. But it was not an easy road. Nothing's an easy road when you're accomplishing something great. Have you ever noticed that? Anybody who's done anything great never had an easy road. And sometimes it appears like, oh, they made it overnight. And then if you sit and have an interview with them, you know, they were busking or, you know, homeless, or the things that they went through never made it overnight. Never made it overnight. Nobody makes it overnight. People have to know who you are. How do you do that? You have to work to get it out there. Bottom line. And we're so afraid of that. We don't want that journey. We want the final results because we're still hung up on the material world. We're still not connecting to who we are. And when we connect to who we are, the material world becomes so beautiful no matter what it gives you. But then it stops giving you the challenges because there's no reason for you to learn that anymore. And every once in a while it'll test you so that you can know where you are. It's not going, okay, I'm going to give you a test. It's you going into situations so that you know where you are spiritually and what you need to work on. You're doing it. Along with every facet of it, which is the one, which we are. So, are you going down that road less traveled? Or are you afraid of it? Because you think that it's going to be more difficult than the one you're on. I know, most of us don't go down that road. You know, a lot of us were afraid to even talk about how we feel spiritually, how we feel about how the universe works, how we feel about how this world is operating, the governments, all these things. We're afraid to express what we truly feel, and that is that we're in charge. Always. Always. And that no matter what happens around us, we don't have to participate, because no matter what physically happens, you do not have to be in alignment with it. Acceptance of what's happening, yes, but you don't have to be aligned with the negativity that goes on around you. And so that road less traveled becomes a lot easier to go down than the safe road that's not the one you want to be on. Who wants to go down that one? And by the way, there's always going to be potholes and all kinds of stuff along the way. Boulders that you have to remove. It's no different. It's just another road. But it's one that you don't want to be on. Why are you on it? Fear. That's what my whole channel's about. Breaking through the fear. Did I say welcome to Landrianica on YouTube? Here to help you break through the fears and live an awesome life? Did I say that in the beginning? I was so stunned that I did a 20-minute video without my mic on. I was trying to recover from that. How could I have to do that? I probably wasn't meant to do it, right? I should have, maybe I'll improve on that one. I'll do it right after here. It was about manifesting, how to manifest, and why you're not manifesting, which I've done 101 videos on, but we're going to do it again. That's so the road less traveled. You can create whatever you want. I've taken nothing but the road less traveled. So when people look at my life and they say, oh man, but you've done this and you've manifested this, I said, because I always took the road less traveled. Always. It was always uncomfortable. It is always uncomfortable for me. Always. I never get to the point where there's absolutely no feelings of the old ego fear-based stuff, because that energy is still here on some level. It's always going to be there because I'm human. But it has no effect. It's so back in the background that I don't even it really doesn't even have an effect on me anymore. But I do know it's there. You know, when you invest in entrepreneurs, when they invest big amounts of money or even small amounts of money in themselves or what they believe in, you know, some of us came from households, save, save, save. What does that give you? What does that give you if you want to go to this on this other road and it doesn't coincide with saving and working, 35 years for somebody and then dying unfulfilled, and you need to go take that risk? This is your life. Doing a career that's completely different than what you've been told you should do or what is stable. You can't take that back in 35 years. Those 35 years on this planet will be that reality. You chose that reality. You can change everything at every moment. Every moment. Everything change. Everything will change. And that's the free will. It's not like you're on this path. You have limitless choices at every split second. Every second. You can choose and change your life. So why are you afraid to take the road less traveled? Less challenging, see? Less challenging. To me, it's less challenging because whatever challenges I have, at least it's what I love doing. It's what I believe in. It's what I'm passionate about. It's worth it to me because it feels really good. It feels really right. Even if there's fear, so you got to separate that. Ooh, if there's fear, it's not right. No, you know if it's right. You know if it's something you really want to do. You know if it's something you've got to go after. And then you just look at the fear and say, that is the old ego kicking in. The old traditional, you're not supposed to do this. Mommy and daddy told me, I should be a doctor. And you want to be a blacksmith or something really out there. See? Really out there. Nothing should be really out there. In my world, everything's acceptable. Whatever you want to pursue is encouraged, is cheered on. Yeah, you want to go do that? You want to operate helium balloons and, the big balloons, you take people up for rides, and you want to do that for a living in Africa? I know somebody who did that. 4 o'clock in the morning, we had to get up, get in one of those, the big baskets, and he fired up the helium balloon. Is it helium? No, it's hot air balloon, sorry. Helium balloons, the little ones, right? Hot air balloon. Fired it up, and he was American. And I said, what are you doing here? And he said, yeah. He came to Africa and was in Kenya, actually, and he said he loved it. He wanted to stay there, so he started that business, and he does quite well. And he floats over the Masai Mara and shows people the wildebeest migration and the lions down there and the vultures in the trees, and this is what he does for a living. How out there is that, right? Awesome, man. The guy is living an awesome life, and he does wonderful things for the local people, and he's more powerful that way. There are no restrictions. The road less traveled is a beautiful one. There's not as many people on it. I know. The competition isn't so stiff when you go down a place where most people are petrified to go. And you say, well, this is it? This is what everybody was afraid of? Wow. This is the best secret in the world. Woo-wee. And then you start running. Oh, I had another dream last night. I was running. I was in a race. I was running and I was really doing well. You ever have those dreams where you run and you just can't run? That wasn't this dream. I was running, man. I was going for it. And then we all had to take this break. And everybody was like sort of relaxing. Some people were actually taking naps and stuff. And I said, I'm not going to take a nap. I don't need to take a nap. I'm going to get back out there and run. And that's what I did. I said, you guys can sleep, and I want to win this race. I want to do well. I want to get there. So I got out, and everybody else was snoozing, and I ran. Now, who knows what that means? You know, the tortoise and the hare. Maybe I'm the hare. You know, and the tortoise is going to beat me. I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm always not competing with myself. I'm always improving myself against myself. I'm not even against. See, I don't even like to use any of these words because they don't really fit. The human language doesn't fit what I feel and think. I'm always trying to be something better at every moment. And that's going to be my next video for you. But can you be okay with the road less traveled? Can you maybe experience a little bit of fear and realize it just doesn't have any power over you, and realize that, wow, that's it? There's no more fear down that road than there is going the safe route. And wow, I'm experiencing something wonderful. There are wonderful things down this road, and it's beautiful. And yeah, there's going to be a few potholes, and you know, things are going to show up, and I can handle it because it's no different than the challenges over there, but I'm loving this journey. The scenery is beautiful, and the weather's awesome, and over here it's sort of crowded and dusty and not really enjoying it. Tiresome. Go down that road. If that's what you want to do, do it. Why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? Because you're not accepting that life is challenging. You think there's an easy route. There isn't. When you want something, you have to work at it. That's why we're here. That's the journey that's beautiful. So we're so hung up on get rich quick, easy way, get the stuff. It's that journey, it's that pathway that is why we're here. And when we accept that no matter what path we take, life is difficult. When you accept that, you go, well, I might as well pick the path I really want and enjoy that journey to that thing that you really, really want. Because that journey, that, you know, being a cowboy for a living, or, you know, hot air balloons in Kenya for a living, or whatever, that path, that's what you're going to do your entire life to get to whatever it is at the end that you think you want. That's that journey. You better be enjoying it, right? Not 35 years in a company that you hate, being told what to do, working, you know, 70, 80 hours a week to get that paycheck at the end to go on vacation and die. If you don't want that job, if you don't want that path, take the road less traveled. You can enjoy that journey. Except no matter what, there's going to be challenges. There is no lottery ticket that answers your, you know, solves your problems. There is no get rich quick scheme that's real. That's why they call it a scheme. It's close to the word scam. It's just legal. I do internet training. I've been doing it for 2.5 years as of this video. That's what I do for my core business. It's highly successful. I had to work. The payoff was huge, but people aren't willing to do that. And they tell themselves, it's not traditional, it's not what I know, so I'm going to reject it. It's a get-rich-quick scheme. Great. Tell yourself whatever you need to stay where you are. And that's what people do. They want to stay where they are. They want to know that what they're doing is right, so they have to diss everything around them. And they're not willing to put in the work. Oh, you have to learn this and that. Yeah, guess what? That's that journey. You're empowered by it. You're learning new things. What do you want to do? Yeah, you want to be a doctor? You got to take some darn tough tests. You got to do some crazy stuff. Once you get past that, you have that information, you have that knowledge, and you go on to be a surgeon. That's not an easy road, but it's an empowering, awesome one. And the tools and the power that you get at the end of that journey, and there is no end, but along the way is so awesome. So what you're doing along that pathway, that road less traveled, it's really wonderful, because even when it gets tough, it's still what you want to be doing. because it's what you love, and this is your life. So don't be afraid of that. Life is difficult. When you know this and you accept this, life stops being difficult. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend, and miracles. Are you going to take that road less traveled with me? Namaste.